Welcome everyone to an NBA player themed Clash Royale deck. I did make a similar video not too long ago of an NBA themed deck which was comprised of teams in the NBA, and this one is more of a player focused deck. So we have a deck comprised of cards that represent players in the NBA. Wizard is there because he obviously can do magic, so he's in there for Luka Magic, Luka Doncic. Hunter is there for DeAndre Hunter. Bats are there for Nikola Jokic because his nickname is the Joker, who's obviously a character in Batman, so we have Bats. Monk is there for Malik Monk. Prince is there for Torian Prince. Ice Spirit is there for Trae Young because his nickname is Ice Trae. Royal Giant's in there for James Harden because his nickname is the Beard, so we have a card that has a beard. And then Fisherman is in there for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because fish do a lot of flopping, and so does Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And the reason why I made this deck is because that's actually what I wanted to talk about today. Before I forget, I should mention that we also have the King Tower is there for King James, LeBron James, and then we are going to be using the Chef for Chef Curry. So this is the NBA player themed deck. And today's message is not really going to be, it's not going to be the typical, meaningful message that I normally try to share. And this guy's already calling out the good game. It's not going to be that message that I normally share. Not going to be quite as, as meaningful or, feel good as it normally is. I think we just lost our tower there, but it's going to be more of a rant. So if you're not really in the mood to hear that, or you don't really follow the NBA, feel free to mute if you don't want to hear that. But I've just been having some thoughts about the NBA, and I don't even know where to start. It just feels like the NBA has lost a lot of its entertainment, because that's what the NBA is. I mean, the NBA is it's entertainment. Nobody watches the NBA because they like seeing grown men get their exercise in. They watch it because it's entertaining. It's a fun, entertaining sport. And I grew up in a time where, what I consider the peak era of the NBA in the 2010s, where the Spurs had Tim Duncan and it was the golden age. They had Tony Parker, a young Kawhi Leonard. And it's hard to say prime LeBron James because it feels like his entire career has kind of been his prime. But, LeBron James with the Miami Heat, where he had Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and I remember watching that finals, the 2013 finals, going to a Game 7. I remember watching live Ray Allen hit the three. Like, it was just, in my opinion, it was such peak basketball. And so that's the time period that I grew up in and that I remember. And it just seems like basketball has lost a lot of its entertainment and lost a lot of its excitement since then. And a huge part of that, I believe, is due to players like SGA that just, if you're not aware of who he is, he essentially flops for free throws. He jerks his head back and moves his hands and legs in weird positions to essentially trick the referees, I guess, into thinking that he's been fouled, which most of the time there's either no contact or very minimal contact. And that leads him to shoot free throws, which is one of the most boring things in the game. Free throws are not exciting to watch. And this gameplay is clearly not exciting to watch either. But it just seems like basketball isn't not quite as physical. It's not quite as entertaining. There's not quite as, I don't know. Maybe I was spoiled with that era. I also was able to watch the 2016 NBA Finals, where Prime LeBron and Prime Steph went up against each other, the Warriors and the Cavs, which was just an awesome part of basketball. But it just seems like the NBA today is just filled with so much flopping, so many free throw attempts, and I kind of really realized this when I tried to watch an Oklahoma City Thunder game, which is who Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays for. So I tried to watch a game of that and enjoy that, but I couldn't. I was maybe I wasn't even 2 minutes into the game, and Shai had already flopped and was at the free throw line shooting free throws, and it was like, really? Like, we're not even 2 minutes into the game, and this is what's happening. And just for reference, on average, NBA teams have kind of shot, I mean, statistically, they've shot in the low 20s of free throws per game. Typically between 21 and 25 free throws per game that a team would attempt. And there was a game this season where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander attempted by himself 26 free throws. So he's shooting, on average, as many free throws per game as NBA teams have shot, which is just absurd. So that's I guess what I have been thinking about is how the NBA has seemingly dropped. And also, for those of you who don't know, he won the MVP last season, so he was the league's most valuable player. And I don't think he should have won the most valuable player, but he did. And so that's just what I've been thinking about, is how it seems like the NBA isn't quite as exciting of a sport. How I'm tired of the flopping, because genuinely, again, I've tried to watch NBA games. I've tried to enjoy it, but I can't, because every couple of minutes, if that, teams or players are at the free throw line shooting free throws, and it's just not an exciting sport to watch. So I guess that's what's been on my mind, and not a valuable insight. I mean, you could have muted this entire part and still walked away with exactly as much knowledge and insight as you did beforehand, but it's just something I wish was different. I wish the NBA was still like it was 10 years ago, where it really relied on physicality and team play, and people didn't flop quite as much. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I will see you all soon.